absolutely a Latinx issue. We stand in solidarity with that community. It is 100% an AAPI community, where nearly 6 out of 10 AAPIs are born outside of this country. It means a vast majority of us belong to immigrant households. We are also being deeply impacted. Thank you.
Thank you, Connie, for reminding us how significant this problem is and the scope and depth of it. Next, it is my honor to introduce Chancee Martorell, who's the founder and executive director of Thai Community Development Center and who has been on the forefront of this work as part of the Rapid Response Network.
Thank you, Manju. Again, my name is Chancee Martorell, founder of also the municipally designated enclave of Thai Town in East Hollywood, and founder and executive director of the nonprofit community-based organization Thai Community Development Center. As a Thai immigrant who grew up undocumented in the Pika Union Koreatown area, I know what it's like to live in fear, always watching over my shoulder and keeping the stigma of the lack of an immigration status secret from my friends and teachers. Today, the fear is greater and even more palatable as immigrants, lawful residents, and even U.S. citizens are practically being, quote-unquote, hunted down in a scorched earth campaign performed by a militarized force of the federal government that includes ICE, CBP, HSI, FBI, ATF, donning masks and clothed in tactical gear, armed with precision weaponry, protected by the California National Guard and the U.S. Marines, ordered to indiscriminately apprehend anyone who looks like the quote-unquote other. These have included low-wage workers, day laborers, food vendors, students, mothers, fathers, sons, daughters, veterans of U.S. wars, peaceful protesters, and even briefly a U.S. senator and a city comptroller. This reign of terror in our communities must come to an end. Enough is enough. The social upheaval and strife unleashed on our community is tearing families apart, causing panic, irreparable harm and trauma, forcing people to shelter in place, unable to shop, go to work, school, church, the hospital, or just go about their daily lives normally and peacefully. That peace and tranquility have been shattered almost daily since the escalation of immigration enforcement in the vibrant, thriving, and diverse community of Thai Town, home to immigrants from Latin America, Thailand, and Armenia. On Juneteenth, when all of us were commemorating the end of slavery, ICE violently tackled and apprehended 30 day laborers and food vendors across the street from our office at the Home Depot parking lot, and took them to the entrance of Dodger Stadium to be processed, then took them to the downtown LA detention center. The wife of one of the detained workers is 6 months pregnant. These ICE agents have been patrolling our streets in their vehicles regularly. We have been distributing Know Your Rights red cards in Spanish and Thai throughout Thai Town and beyond, holding community resource fairs, conducting Know Your Rights workshops for churches, temples, healthcare providers, businesses, and workers. We are now engaged in mutual aid to provide food and financial assistance to families too fearful to leave their homes or whose main wage earner has been detained or disappeared, causing not just great agony and grief, but looming food and housing insecurities as well. Being part of the LA Rapid Response Network, Thai CDC is monitoring immigration enforcement in Hollywood, Echo Park, Silver Lake, and the Northeast San Fernando Valley, documenting ICE sightings and deploying staff and volunteers to be the first line of defense to protect immigrants, as well as deploying attorneys to go to detention centers to provide legal counsel and protect the due process of detainees. Attorneys have been met with rubber bullets, projectiles, and tear gas. Just last month, our labor trafficking clients were apprehended by ICE when they left the courtroom with our attorney. These were victims of labor trafficking who were forced to clean up debris and asbestos after the Palisades wildfires, and were cooperating with law enforcement on a case against their traffickers. They were sent to Adelanto detention in San Bernardino, where our attorneys went to fight for their immediate release, but then were transferred to a detention center in El Paso, Texas, them inaccessible to our attorneys. They have now been deported and will never get their day in court to pursue justice, redress, and restitution. Today, we are banding together as human rights defenders with the following call to action. Stop the raids, apprehensions, kidnappings, and military takeover of communities. Uphold due process, constitutional rights, and access to legal counsel. Release all who have been unlawfully detained. Stop expedited and third country removals or renditions. Stop indefinite detention. Respect the First Amendment right to peaceful protest. Stop tearing families apart. We will not rest until there is a return to the rule of law, and we will continue to resist all forms of tyranny, authoritarianism, and despotism. Thank you.
That's right.
Thank you, Chancee, for those powerful words. Next, we have Peter G., who is co-executive director of Little Tokyo Service Center. Again, I want to thank you, Peter, for hosting our event today and for your decades of leadership of Little Tokyo Service Center in our communities.
Thank you, Manju, for organizing an Equity Alliance, and thank you to our community mentor, Chancee, for those remarks. Today, we are coming together out of a deep love for our country.